Hello and welcome to the Likable Show, where we discuss stand-up comedy from an entry-level perspective. I'm your host, David Stickle. Today I'm joined again by Mr. Ant Smash.
What's goody, dog?
Yeah, sorry, we were doing take two because my boss called me, and he never calls me, so I wanted to make sure everything was okay. Yeah, how are you, buddy?
I don't know. Are you good? You said you got a little shooketh there, brother.
Oh, dude. So I have many bosses at the bar.
Yeah.
Very few of them ever check in on me, and the one that rarely checks in on me did, and he was just making sure we were open for the Knicks game tonight, which is great, and we are. So just, when he calls, I really make sure I answer, just because I might get my ass chewed out if I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're into that thing, so
dude, you know it, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm very open about being into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a whole joke about it too, about the burro.
The burro.
The burro joke.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All
dude,
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so crisis averted.
No, good. Honestly, if the boss ain't calling, that's a good thing. Seriously, it's good depending. Yeah. I mean, it could be good, can be bad, whatever.
It could be terrible.
Bro.
Oh, so welcome back, my guy. It's been some time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
How long you've been off comedy for?
It's been what is it? I had to take a break from my surgery back in last June. So and then I popped in. I did one or two mics in like December, somewhere around the winter time, and then that's it. That's all I did. And I hosted two-way that one time. Barely anybody showed up. I think you might have been there that one time I did.
Probably not. No.
Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. I remember Salt was there, and he took over, and he started to take over. Like, this was before he took over.
Yeah.
And then literally, like, I think the next 2 weeks after, like, the news came out that Kevin was stepping down. So I was like, damn. But I'm glad he got somebody like Salt to fill in, because Salt was really enthusiastic about it. So
yeah, Salt's happy to do it.
Yeah. So we're going to be seeing him later, which I'm happy about.
Oh, yeah.
Reunite with everybody.
For the viewers, this is Wednesday the 3rd, and we got the Knicks game tonight. We also have a little two-way action tonight for the open mic. That's going to be exciting. So we'll head down there. We'll do some comedy.
Yeah.
And then it's probably, if I'm a betting man, it's going to be lightly attended because of the Knicks game. But hey, so it might be a quick night. Might get home in time to watch the game. Yeah.
Bro, I was looking at chill. I'll be honest with you, because I've been focused. You know what it is, bro? I've been tired lately. Mm-hmm. I love stand-up to death. I'm going to do it till I die, bro. But I've been focused more on school and work.
Yeah. And
especially school, because that's taken a lot of my time. And, I'm a performing arts major. So I'm working on getting my theater degree.
Yeah.
And I'm in the limbo where I'm like, do I transfer to another school, or do I get the degree and just go out now? I start auditioning and keeping it going, because acting was my first love. So that's been my focus, actually. And not to mention, what is it? Because even though I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, and I work the other 4 days of the week, I was in school like 9 to 5, literally. That was my schedule. And I would just be either too tired to go, or I had homework or work the next. It just wasn't working. It was just like I had to prioritize my time, compartmentalize. And I'm actually okay with it.
Yeah.
For the most part, and I feel like I'm actually making good decisions. Like, I feel comfortable with what's going on. Of course, I miss going out and laughing and all that. Like, I just had my first show back. We had Julian's with Corey. He put me on, and that was great. And you know what's funny about that? After being away for essentially a year, everything just clicked back together. I was telling, like, I had my set, and and to be honest with you, I wasn't even writing like that when I was out. I wasn't. I took a break from that. I took a break from a lot of things just to focus. Like I said, my focus was elsewhere. Mm-hmm. But then when I was back in the bar scene, like I had thoughts here and there. The occasional, if a real comic that don't leave you. But when I was there in the bar scene, and Corey was up and he was doing his thing, it wasn't too much laughing going on, and I don't blame him. Bars are tough. But then I was like, I went up when I was the second guy up, and when I went up, I was like, yo, like, guys, it's kind of depressed in here. What, did Morgan Wallen die? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Because it was like, it was in
Millbrook.
Oh yeah, it was in Millbrook, and I'm like, okay, so these are country folks. So I'm sure you guys know who the hell Morgan Wallen is. So I'm like, all right, what did he get shot? Like, what is it? Taylor Swift divorced somebody again? Like, what is going on, guys? What's up? And they did a little bit, and I was like, okay, I softened them up somewhat, and then I went into pussy, and then there we go. Off to the races at that point,
Back to Ant Smash things.
Back to Ant Smash things, bro. And you know what? I love.
Did it feel rusty at the beginning, or you just kind of just getting up there, just like meh, normal?
Yeah, it was normal.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, like I was concerned that I was rusty, but to be honest with you, actually, it worked out. I'm still working on one of my jokes that I opened up with about the bathroom stall thing, but like, I mean, that was just because that joke is still, even at this point, underwritten. And I feel like I could do a lot with that. But it was like I went to that one, then I went to, being on an air, doing the same thing on an airplane. And so it was just like, it wasn't rusty. It was like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think your style of comedy, you don't like Ant Smash on stage is Ant Smash off stage. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe the content in which you talk about is a little different on stage versus off stage, because you're, I mean, when you're on stage, you're talking about, like hoo-has and ding-dongs and all that kind of stuff. But when you're off stage, you talk about like more like philosophical stuff, but your voice doesn't change, your cadence doesn't change, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know, there's not like, you don't have a different rhythm on and off stage. So I think that's one, a credit to you as a comedian, but like two, it kind of makes sense that you can kind of go naturally back into it, after being off for so long, because you're not like trying to find your rhythm again. You're just talking like you always do,
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was like, what is this? I think it was one of your episodes. It had to be one of your episodes early on where you said, I talk about a lot of... No, you were on JP's podcast way back.
JP's podcast?
Tall, skinny, Beacon.
Oh, yeah.
JP on his podcast. He's doing good, by the way, with the podcast.
Yeah, who thought we'd be here or something?
Yeah. Psychedelic looking one. And so what is it? When I was listening, you said, "Oh, Ant Smash." He talks about what is it? You said like something like out of pocket or something like that. I was like, I don't know what the fuck does that even mean? I could curse on here again, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
What the fuck does that even mean? I wasn't insulted. I was just like, because you're not the only one who said that. I'm just like, guys, I literally don't know. All I do is talk about pussy and fucking, like, that's
but like that's like you're like, what do you mean that's crazy?
I do. What do you mean that's crazy? Yeah.
But that's a little out of pocket for certain rooms,
It is like what you guys do, because I know you do clean shows sometime. Maybe my mother wants me to do clean shows. I don't know. Maybe I don't allow myself to go there, bro. What it even goes into doing clean comedy?
It just depends on what tier of clean you want. Because like I was in Ithaca this past Friday, and when I got off the stage, this woman from like New Hampshire, she was like, I don't know, in her 50s, came up to me and she goes, "You didn't curse once," and I was like, "Well, I said sex." But like, I don't know if that counts as a curse word. But
I mean, to a kid, maybe.
Yeah, but I did sexual references, so it depends on the clean comedy. If you really, like, you can do clean and not curse at all. But if you're referring to sexual stuff of a sexual nature, then that doesn't count. That's still technically blue comedy. Yeah. So it just depends on what tier of room you're dealing with. That's why if you ever get booked for a clean show, you have to ask, how clean do you need it to be? Because sometimes you can not curse and that's okay, but other times it's like, don't curse, don't refer to sexual things, don't talk about religion is sometimes one of those things, don't talk about politics doesn't count as clean comedy sometimes. It really is just like family jokes and, you know, making fun of yourself in a non-sexual way can be like squeaky clean, as they call it.
So like a kid-friendly Christopher Titus, I don't understand.
Is Christopher Titus kid-friendly?
No, he's not a fucking kid. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
He's not
okay.
kid-friendly. Like it's like because he'll talk about his family and all this and all that, and, and you know it's not clean at all.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
Nate Bargatze, no sexual stuff. You know, he's always like, oh, there's a dead horse over there. You know, there's just like stuff like that. But he doesn't do any sexual, no cursing, no nothing. That's impressive.
the only guy I know that I could trust, that I know, that can do clean comedy like that is Gabriel Iglesias. Because as kids, he's, what is it? No, it was him. It was Jeff Dunham. I think it was Spark of Insanity. I watched both Spark of Insanity and Arguing with Myself. Like, that's what started me. And then on one of those DVDs, I forgot which one you saw, there were previews to other comic specials. So like that's how I found out about Daniel Tosh and Gabriel. And Gabriel Hot and Fluffy just came out around that time. And when I saw his comedy, he was like, that's the gold standard for clean comedy, because even he's talking about how, it's not totally clean, but like it's kid friendly, because he's talking about he's making fun of how Mexican Pepsi commercials are basically porn. And it's just like, it's like, I mean, watch the video yourself. I'm not going to recite it, but it's like, you know, it's like that is the type of, if I'm going to do clean comedy, like that's something that I would do. That's how I feel about it. Because like you say, blue comedy, white collar comedy, I literally don't know the difference. Like I know blue collar, white collar, but I'm like, what the?
Well, no, it's not blue collar, white collar. So it's clean comedy, and then there's blue comedy, and blue refers to
that blue shirt you're wearing.
Right. This is my attempt at being supportive of the Knicks. Blue refers to like the color of the book that smut used to come in, and way back when they invented these terms. We Googled it one time. I don't remember it anymore, but there's
the fuck.
It's an old term. There's I think the epitome of clean comedy is like Brian Regan. Do you ever see his comedy? He has the Pop-Tarts bit.
Only a few times.
Step 1, open the Pop-Tart. Oh. You know. Step 2, put Pop-Tart in the toaster. Oh. What do you mean you need instructions for the Pop-Tart? You know, step 3, toast the Pop-Tart. I don't know. There's a lot of steps here. You know, that's Brian Regan, dude. Yeah. That's his whole bit.
You know, I probably listened to it back in the day, but I never actually.
He's very Ace Ventura pet detective on stage.
Okay, hold on.
He goes, you ever see this thing? A Pop-Tart stuff. You know, he moves his neck. Yeah, okay, Pop-Tarts. You know.
Is he pet detective or When Nature Calls?
He acts. Good question.
You see?
I think he's pet detective because Nature Calls is a little bit more high on the neck movement and all that kind of stuff. But pet detective, Jim Carrey spoke about this. He literally just watched a cockatiel walk and how it moved, and that's how Jim Carrey did it. That's how he acted during the movie. He studied a bird and moved like a bird. That's why he moves like that in that movie.
Highly appropriate.
So, what's it called? Brian Regan, I think, acts a little bit like Jim Carrey in his comedy, and then you know that's my opinion. But it's not as crazy as When Nature Calls, because that's a little bit more over the top.
You know what? For the subject matter, he's got to be. You know what's funny? When he did Seinfeld on Living Color and Living Single mixed up. The titles are so similar. In Living
Jim
Color,
Carrey?
Yeah,
in Living Color.
They did a Seinfeld bit, and he was like, "What's the deal?" And that was him for like a good 4 minutes, just what is going on? And he's like, just the caricature. That's exactly how you described it.
Jealous of that ability, though.
Yeah,
just be silly, and I have to figure out how to do that. Just be silly.
Did you see the video where Jimmy was fucking? When he was eating the watermelon?
Where he was just going fucking crazy on it?
He just went. He was walking through the bodega, and then he eats the some grapes or whatever, and then goes to the half open watermelons.
Yeah.
And I said that to my girlfriend, bro.
ASMR.
I said, bro. I said that to my girlfriend every, you know what I'm saying? Like every now and then.
We're talking about the girlfriend.
We're
shit. Talking about the girlfriend on the podcast.
She gonna listen.
Is she gonna watch this?
She is.
Oh,
She watches.
Hi.
Time to time.
Do we want to share her name?
Keeping it private.
Okay. Hi, Lady Smash. I guess what would we refer to her as? Fiona, because you're a Shrek man.
Bro, believe it or not, she don't fuck with Fiona like that.
Wait a second. She doesn't love Shrek?
No, she loves Shrek. She don't love Fiona.
She doesn't like who Fiona is as a character in the show.
No. I don't want to fuck this up because she
gonna blow you up.
She gonna blow me up, and not in a fun way.
Mm-hmm.
How do I explain it? No, she just doesn't.
She doesn't like being compared to
the character. Yeah.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, I don't think she appeals to she likes the appeal of how the character looks. If I remember correctly, babe, I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong, but
you're sorry. I can tell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. I'm like, look, fuck it. I'm not complaining. But anyway, back to comedy.
Oh, yeah. Let's move on from the girlfriend thing. We don't want to make you uncomfortable here. We're very happy for Aunt Smash to be... I will say he spoke very glowingly of you in the car. And it was very cute. It was very cute. Adorable.
Shut up.
You're adorable. You're a big teddy bear. Okay, let's move on away from personal stuff into comedy. Our viewers don't want to hear about your personal life, Aunt Smash.
They don't want to hear about
They don't care about your personal life. They just want to hear about your fucking jokes. You clown. That's all that they want. That's all that people care about is jokes. They don't care about who you are as a man.
I went to go see Bruce at Levity.
Oh yeah, how was that?
He came last January.
I think he's coming back soon, isn't he?
He is coming back. He's coming back in October, September, sometime in the fall.
Yeah.
And bro, he's one of my favorite comics. He's in my top 10. Like hell, I think he's my sixth favorite fifth or sixth favorite at this point.
Okay.
He had this one bit. He didn't curse like that.
Okay.
And I was trying to figure out how I can do what the humor we did back in the day, where we talked about everybody, without, I'm not gonna lie, hitting like a freight train, because you know me, I will hit like a freight. I'll just be blunt and blink. My bad. I think I spit on your phone.
I don't.
My bad, dog.
I don't think you did.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Fucking, but he and he had this one bit about basically how him and his wife went to a purse store. I forgot what it was, like Louis or something, Louis Vuitton or whatever.
There you go. Sorry, go ahead. Louis Vuitton.
I was like, what the fuck? They went to a purse store, and they went, and what is it? The guy at the counter, they're looking at all the purses, and then the guy behind the counter comes from behind the counter. He's like, hello. And then they start, he starts showing his wife around with the purses and all this. And they're like, oh, I want this one. I want that one. Da, 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 da. That would look great on you. Oh, my God. And the guy's like, and Bruce is just like, being a dude. And then what he said, and then Bruce said something. And then the worker was like, excuse me. And Bruce was like, yo, don't play with me, player. I'll punch you in the mouth and fuck up your sex life. No, he said, I'll ruin your sex life. And not once did he call him gay. He didn't act overtly. Like, he made it obvious dude was gay.
Yeah.
Like, the monk, like, I mean, come on.
Yeah. But he let the audience fill in the gaps.
Exactly.
Yeah, very smart.
To me, exactly. I thought that was a form of intelligent humor. Basically, it's like the audience isn't stupid. Like sometimes they want to, basically, like fill in the gaps. I mean, that's how Pixar writes their movies. Like, yo, the audience isn't dumb.
Yeah,
they just want to be served the food. They don't want you to cut it up for them.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I
think right, that's what they said.
No, I think that's accurate. I think it's interesting because that also speaks on being comfortable with a pause. Like a lot of times people will say a joke. And if it doesn't get a laugh right away, they just start into the next joke.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you just sit in it for a little bit, they're processing what you just said.
Yeah.
Let them marinate and figure it out, because, that's like, that's kind of like in a sitcom where they, or even movies do this sometimes, where they over explain stuff with exposition. They're like driving in a car and, they're like, they just say something. Oh, Marvel did this recently with the last Captain America movie, where they have like the news teller or whatever person on the TV, and they go, so and so Eric Bana's ex-girlfriend, and it's like, why would they say that on the news?
I know you just said Eric Bana.
Eric Bana, what's his name? Bruce Banner. My bad. Eric Banner played Bruce Banner in
year, bro. You took way back, bro.
But she was the girlfriend in the Edward Norton Hulk movie. Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about, right? I know you saw that movie. There's a Red Hulk in the movie. You didn't see that?
No, because there's a Red Hulk in the Captain America movie. That's why I didn't see it.
Why?
Because why the fuck is Captain America fighting Hulk villains?
You did not. You got to see the movie to know why. It was sick. And they had a perfectly good explanation. You don't
get the fuck. You know what? If it's a Captain, no, I'm not even gonna give it that.
There's always been a Red Hulk.
Yeah, there has.
And Captain America fights him.
Yeah, it was just stupid.
Why?
Because why is Captain America fighting the Hulk? Like fighting a Hulk?
Because
by himself.
It's Red Hulk. And he's not. They don't have the same abilities as the Green Hulk.
You're right. Yeah, he burns up when he gets mad.
Yeah, but he can also be like, Green Hulk can't get stabbed, right? Because his skin is like impierceable. Red Hulk, you can mess him up with. You can cut him. He heals very fast, but you can cut him. So that's like a big thing, because Captain America, who has the freaking blade wings now, messes him up with those. And it's actually like he gets the shit kicked out of him, but it's actually a pretty good fight, I
saw the fight. The fight was trash.
You saw the fight? The fight was trash.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they also had to do a lot of it during the writer's strike. So, it was tough.
Fuck that shit. See, I don't mean to fuck your mood up, Dave. No, it's like, I hear you like the movie. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie. There's some sort of Hulk representation. As a Hulk fan, I'm insulted once again by Marvel, because they didn't know how to use the characters in an obvious way. They had a template from years ago when Red Hulk and Hulk literally fought at the Lincoln Memorial in DC.
Yeah.
And Hulk had to beat the shit out of him. He was the only one who could take it, because Red Hulk's out here doing nefarious shit and trying to make his mark on the Marvel universe. And it's one of the most legendary comic runs, like Hulk runs. And it's like I understand, like, the thing is with Hulk blood, when you get it in you, it's instantaneous. I don't know what this shit is. It's like, I've been microdosing him for years. I never watched the movie. I watched analysis of the movie.
Okay,
that's how I know this shit. And I
was gonna say, Smash. You seem to know a lot about this movie.
Yeah, I've been microdosing him for years. I've been poisoning his medicine. Like, what kind of stupid shit is it? What the fuck?
They were on a writer's strike. They made up what they could.
Yeah, they made up out their ass. That's what that is.
If I'm gonna be critical of the movie, the graphics were pretty rough, and it was okay. Wasn't my favorite Marvel movie.
No, it was whack. What were we talking? How did we get here again?
I don't know. We just go on these little tangents.
Fucking.
Why do people listen to this podcast?
I don't know. That's your show. You're the host.
I don't, dude. I'm the host. Tell a joke, stand up. But
no. You know what, bro? It's been difficult. You know what I realized, and it's not me trying to compare myself to anybody or anybody else, but doing this job is hard, bro. Like, or maybe I'm making it bigger than it is, but
stand up or podcasting?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Like, yo, seriously. Like, you guys got all this equipment. Well, let's start with podcasting first. Get that out the way. All this equipment here. I got all the equipment back in my house still. I could go back, but like I told you in the car, I was at a friend's podcast the other day, and I shouted out, if I remember the name. Sorry, True. But I was at, and I saw her set it up. I saw them set it up, and they got the panel of people. They had an actual audience. I was in the audience. Like, it was like 30 chairs full. like 27, whatever. But and I'm seeing this, and I'm like, this looks like fun. Being on the panel looked like fun and all. Like, I'm remembering all the times I did it, and then I went, and then it's just, I'm watching the guy afterwards. I'm watching the guys tear down, and I'm just like, yo, I don't miss this. I don't miss any of that, bro. Cleaning up, going away. It's like cooking. Excuse me, but it's like cooking. Like actually cooking and doing all that prep work and everything like that. It looks beautiful on Instagram, but then when you're the one actually doing it, like, you really have to love it like that. And I cook. Yeah. I love to cook. My girlfriend loves to cook, but like, and then you sit down, you eat, but then like you have to clean up, and it's like, yo, like, this is time, and people see the glitz and the glamour, and it was just, I guess I got disenchanted. But to be fair, podcasting wasn't my first love. Mm-hmm. It was like, it came after I was doing my other two loves. So it's like, now I'm dealing with the third kid, and I don't even fuck with you. So I went back to the first two, and even then the second one, I said, I'm gonna bench you for a second, and then I'm back in my first love, and now it's like things are getting a little easier, and I'm trying, and my goal now is to stop running from what I truly love, and that's one of the reasons why I'm back in school, because I left at a crazy time in my life, and I couldn't take school anymore. But now I'm back, and my goal was to not only finish the degree, but keep it going from there, Yeah. And I'm not trying to be, a Denzel or anything like that. I just want to get paid to do what I love at the end of the day. Like, do what I want to do it, but I'm not doing it for the money. But like, realistically, if I can make a living doing it, amazing. I always live by what Chappelle said, where it's like, when he was talking to his father about comedy, and his father's like, oh, but what if you make as much as a teacher? And he's like, well, at least I'm making, making that money doing what I love. Mm-hmm. And first of all, that's fucked up that you brought up teachers into it, but I get where he's coming from, though. Yeah,
I mean, teachers get not paid a lot.
No. So, like, that's my goal right now. And then with comedy is like, I always look at what Mike, what Agumbiade is doing, and he's doing what everybody else isn't, which is he just gave it up. He's being a whore for comedy, and that's what you're supposed to do. I feel like that's the only way you do it.
When you say whore for comedy, do you mean it in a negative way?
I mean, there's only one way to do it.
What do you mean?
I mean, literally, like, you be a whore for. It's not negative. It's not negative. I mean, it's positive.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that's what I mean. Like, there's only one way. It's like, whether you're negative or positive, it's like, bro, there's only one way to do it. You have to give yourself up. I mean, at least that's what all the old heads say. Mm-hmm. This is your life now.
Yeah. He's at least getting to the point where he can, like, pick and choose what shows he wants to do, which is like, that's a whole other level. Once you get to the point where you're like, oh my God, I've got shows every Friday and Saturday for this entire month. And then you get to the point where, like, all right, I've got shows every Friday and Saturday this month. Now I've got options for what shows I want to do this Friday. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's a goal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hope he's doing excellent. I mean, he looks like he is. Like, he's booked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now he's in the Bronx, so he can, I don't know, put his information out. But, I'm over here congratulating you, so I think it's okay, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you're essentially doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? And this is what we were talking about last podcast towards the end about being jaded and all that. I took time for myself, and I was like, you know what, man? Nah, I'm good. Now I'm in a better headspace, and it's like, listen, I would love to be Kevin Hart and have racist ass jokes made about me on live TV for my friends who also have Netflix deals, and But at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? I would much rather have fun on a set making movies, or even a TV show, whichever comes my way, and have at that. I've done a lot. Actually, being back at Dutchess, it's mostly theater work that I'm doing right now, because that's what the theater program offers. Performing arts it's mostly theater, unless you do comms and you're studying film. Mm-hmm. But performing arts takes care of dance, singing, and theater, and so that was, I focused mainly on what's going to put me in a position to where I can perform the way I want to. And even though I'm mostly a film guy, I want that that theatrical experience, and that's what happened 2 semesters ago before my surgery, and that's what I'll be doing in the fall because I'll be doing theater practicum. I did 1 already, and now there's 2 classes, theater practicum 1 and then theater practicum 2, and so I'll be doing 2 coming up in the fall. And they're doing, what is it? It's a play about, what is it, Come From Away, and it takes place after 9/11. No, during 9/11, when the planes hit the towers, and there's like this city, was it, and none of the planes in the area were able to fly into New York, and so, what is it? The planes had to land somewhere close to Canada, or in Canada, and in the city, I forgot what city it is. It's the people just welcome these strangers with open arms, and the city's population basically doubled overnight. And nobody was able to leave until, like, you know, ground zero was at least cleared up and they can get the airlines back up. So, like, people were there for however long. And I was like, and basically the point of the show is to show was it harmony amongst tragedy?
Yeah, compassion and tragedy, yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how appropriate for that in this time of day and age where everybody's kind of in survival mode and angry and pissed the fuck off that I'm not getting my way, or I feel like I can't get ahead and this and that, when in actuality we all kind of have a common goal. So it's like, actually that's whoever decided to do that play, I was like, that's actually highly appropriate. And I spoke with the theater head, Thomas Costello, about it, and I told him, I said, yo, that's like really appropriate. You guys are doing this now. Mm-hmm. So look at that, like art's meeting reality in a way. I don't know whose idea it was, but I thought that was great.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
Especially because also fucking this is what, the 25th anniversary of 9/11.
Okay.
Then he told me that, and I was like, I wasn't even thinking about that one.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about that one.
Just thinking about life.
Yeah, like I'm not even thinking, like, yeah, it's been 25 years since that shit, bro. And mind you, at this, I'm 28. I was 3 when that shit happened, right?
Right.
So I'm sitting here like I have no memories at all about that.
I was 10. Yeah.
You remember? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember being in 6th grade math, and I forget the teacher's name, but she called us in, and she was like very sad, and she let us know that we were all gonna go home from school. And, you know, I remember being on the school bus and being really confused. Then I remember getting home early, and then my mom was getting out of work, but she wasn't home yet. And my dad was out working, but we got to the house, and all of my siblings were there, and all of the kids on the farm were there, and we had the TV on, and I just remember watching replays of the towers falling for a few hours. It was pretty crazy. And not really, at that age, you don't really comprehend, I don't think, exactly what that's doing to people. And I think the beautiful thing about that is I comprehended that it was a really horrible thing and a real tragedy. But what I remember the most about 9/11 was the week that followed it. Was everybody was so nice to each other. Everybody was like very patriotic. We were all like in this together. It was a very beautiful thing, I think. A very horrible thing happened. But as a society, we all got together. And, you know, that I don't think I've felt that way about anything since then. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a very long time since I felt like our community is united and just been like, you know, we're proud to be Americans, and this is like a horrible thing that happened to us, but we got to take care of each other. You know, like that was a good week, you know, following it. It was very horrible for a lot of people, though. You know,
well, that's what happens with tragedy. Because I mean, you look at was a national tragedy. If I remember off the top of my head, like Cold War, World War II, fucking whatever happened during the Reagan era. Like people tended to unify when there was tragedy, like for whatever reason, and we didn't need some fucking dude in a suit to tell us that. It just happened, generally speaking.
I mean, things are different now, though, right? I mean, like, you know, not to get like political now, but like, in those situations and like 9/11, like everybody was able to point their finger at one thing, you know, and be like, that's what did it to us.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like right now,
Yeah.
well, one, we haven't been provoked, right? We've just been attacking, which is crazy, and we can't agree on who we're pointing the finger at, like whose fault it is, you know. So I mean, that's a thing. Like our country is divided on who we're attacking, you know.
Yeah, you know that's the irony of the situation. And you remember when, to bring it back to comedy, like that's when a lot of comics, when comedy went under siege. Mm-hmm. Back in 2020, around then, with cancel culture and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they wanted to blame guys like us for the dismay of the populace, when in actuality it was a deeper issue. Because everybody was dealing with whatever personal issues were going on that were accentuated by the lack of government funding or what have you, societal issues and this and that. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to just say, oh, it was the white man's fault, but then it's like, okay, well, where does personal accountability come in at that point? But I mean, just like to say, like, everybody's pointing the finger at something, and it's just, I remember when it was first the arts, because our job is to provoke and to show a mirror, essentially, in a way. And then now it's like, oh, now we have all these politics coming in and the politicians, and then now it's not even just the politicians. Now it's like just the dude across the corner, or this single mother who has got an OnlyFans now. It's your fault. No, it's your fault. It's that everybody's, and meanwhile, literally everybody's doing it for the same reason, to get ahead, or they're lazy. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Some people are fucking lazy.
Yeah, I think sometimes people are lazy, but I mean, I think for most people, I think so many people are just trying, you know, everybody's just trying. And it's like, I think one of the beautiful things about what I've noticed recently is I think most people that I've interacted with, and I interact with a lot of folks, they might have different sides of the aisle, but the trust in the government, or like what we're being fed, is not there anymore. You know what I mean? They're just like, whereas like I feel like 2 years ago there was like blind loyalty to your party or the other, you know, which I think is so bad. But now there's just like, well, I mean, they're not great, but they still align with what I'm trying to get to. And I'm like, okay, so we're starting to see some cracks in the armor. Let's see in a couple of years where everybody's at. Because I think right now the amount of distrust and everything might be good. You know what I mean? Because like we need people to not, I fear that certain people, right, become very powerful as individuals, and they no longer have a title. They become like, you know, a deity. You know what I mean? And that scares me, you know?
Yeah.
So like, and you know, I'll say this, like referring specifically to like, you know, a lot of people were like diehard Trump Republicans, right? And, you know, for a while there, he was being built up like he's a god. And that's very scary to me.
I don't even know how that happened, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I really don't.
I feel like a lot of people don't know how that happened. But like now, you know, I feel like a lot of people are at least being like, all right, he's not great, but he's doing what I want him to do, you know, or he's doing whatever. And like, at least they're admitting that he's not perfect anymore. And I think like seeing horrific things like what ICE is doing and all that kind of stuff, you know, like I think that is kind of shedding light on a lot of things. And people are like, I just get really scared because I grew up like watching WWF, right? And you had Stone Cold Steve Austin breaking the glass, coming down and giving the stunner to the boss, right? Because, you know, no matter what, fuck the system, you know? And that was like a big thing. And this has become a very political podcast.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
But for real
fuck
though,
let's go. Let's
go.
I mean, do it.
But I don't know how a generation that was, and just speaking from like my culture, a generation that grew up on fucking Linkin Park being like, you know, fuck the boss, Green Day, all of those bands that I grew up listening to, and, you know, fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin, D-Generation X, like all of that stuff raised a generation. And now all of those people, or seemingly a lot of those people for a period of time, were like, oh, the government is looking out for us. They care about us. We need to listen to them blindly. And I'm like, what? Like, what is this? Why are we listening to a pharmaceutical company? Why are we listening to a politician? Like, why are we listening to these people? How about you have your own thoughts and you do your own shit and you just fucking come up with your own opinion? Don't just fall into one side or the other. Like, that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? We need to fucking political podcast it up. This is turned into Rogan real quick, buddy. Sorry, you got my opinion out there.
No, I'm really trying to think about like a proper. I'm always trying to figure out what the fuck happened, bro.
I don't know.
Like, and I don't want to just go because you asked me personally. It seems like it always goes back to. I asked several people.
Yeah.
This shit years ago, especially when I was on sets. When I was doing a lot of background work, I a lot of these people actually smarter than you think when they're not bitching and complaining.
I agree
about how long background work takes.
Yeah,
but like, and it gives you start to make friendly with some people, and a lot of these older people. I'm talking about like 40s or 50s up. They lead it back to like the Reagan era.
Yeah,
with all that shit, crack and taking the man out the household, what he did to black people, and insert this reason here. It just seems to always surround the Reagan administration.
Yeah.
And all the bullshit that they did. And I'm not versed enough. That's just the consensus.
I'll agree with you that corruption's been happening since way before that even.
Yeah.
And that administration, I think, also played a heavy hand in a lot of this.
That's what I'm saying.
The CIA, for sure. Please don't take down my podcast. But like, I think a lot of this like radicalization happened because we no longer had a politician in the chair. We got a guy that probably should have been a professional stand-up comedian, and he was an entertainer, and he took that and he ran with it. Everything became so polarized, I think, because we got something we didn't know, and I think when we have something you don't know, people get scared and then they back into what they need to rely on.
Yeah.
And with the absence of God, in my opinion, with the absence of God,
shit.
people became subservient to fucking to political. And I don't even have a faith, but I'm just saying, like,
that's a hard thing to say though if you ain't got a faith,
dude. I think so though, because like I think for a long time our society was led by like at least. Every religion at least has basic rules, and how to treat each other, right?
Sure.
But without the belief in something bigger than us, then that just leaves mankind. And then it's like, who's the most powerful of mankind? And then it's like, all right, so now we have these systems and these, things.
Yeah.
But, I don't think mankind should have that power, No. It's not a thing. So I think believing in something bigger than yourself is important, but it shouldn't be something that's led by humankind, because humankind is fucking flawed, We're horrible things.
Yeah, we are. No, we are. Bro, so you're saying the atheists are at fault?
No, I think people getting away from actually, if I'm going to blame anybody, I'm going to blame Catholic priests and religion in general for pushing people away from
fucking pedophiles, man.
Pedophiles. I mean, I think religion abused so much power that people stepped away from it, and then that left us for searching for other things. There's a whole lot of stuff you can get into, but yeah. This is such a political podcast.
Bro, who gives a fuck? We here. Like, this is entertaining.
I know, but on the car right here, you were like, "Yeah, man, I want to talk about comedy."
Well, I mean,
I want to talk about comedy. Goddamn.
You know what it is? Bro? You know what's funny? My girl told me, we had a conversation a little bit ago. She said, "Yo, some of the best comics are generally in therapy or well-rounded people, right? Or they're deep thinkers." And I was listening, and I was talking to Gabe the other day after we did the Julian show. He actually, I've been thinking about this for a while, but he brought up the idea that a lot of us are in the mental health field somewhat, or like some kind of medical help or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, bro, because we understand it. The lunacy, that the mayhem that goes on in the human brain. Like, just as artists, and then it's our job to, so something's going on with us that we feel the need to talk about what goes on in here, where most of the public is too fucking scared to go out and say for fear of scrutiny. And our job is to, at times, we can either just shove the pill down the throat or wrap it up in some bologna and say, hey, here's a sandwich. Meanwhile, here you are, you're taking your vitamins, and you don't even know it. My mother did that to me one time. I hated eggplant. She got me. No, it was either eggplant or tuna. Either way, she found a way to dress it up, make it taste like chicken. She's like, how'd you feel about the chicken breast? I said, oh yeah, it was delicious. Ha, psych, bitch, it was eggplant. Shit, say it like that, but you know what I mean? Like,
no, it's just
I fuck with eggplant. I was like, oh.
How old were you when this happened?
I had to be like 9.
Okay,
something like that.
That's last week.
You know that was last week. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, my mother making dinner again. What?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Take me back. Mm-hmm. But bro, like that's our fucking job. So if it gets political, we start turning to Rogan.
Yeah, I like handling some heavy topics sometimes, but I try to keep it personal. You know what I mean? I don't like doing general population topics. You know,
I mean, it's our personal thoughts, is it not?
These are personal thoughts, but I'm not going to get up there and preach. I think that's what Dave Chappelle does, and I'm not Dave Chappelle. You know, he gets up there. I would say Dave Chappelle has become like a preacher style comedian. You know. And he's teaching a lot of people a lot of stuff. He's very thoughtful, but like that's definitely not my style, you know.
You know what's if we're going, I don't think new Chappelle is be real with you, bro. That funny.
Well, but, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. He's become like kind of like a preacher. You know, he really does say, I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna tell you a story. Yeah. You're gonna hear about a time which you don't remember, you know, and then he's gonna tell you a story and then he's gonna connect it to today. Yeah. And my last joke is gonna be about 30 minutes long. And that's crazy to me. Yeah. You know? Yeah. How was my Chappelle?
That was, it wasn't that bad.
Thanks, man.
Tried the cadence. You might get some slant. You might get some people on Facebook hating you because
why? I imitated a specific person.
Because you're a white dude imitating a black guy.
But I'm not doing black people in general.
I know.
I'm just doing one black guy specifically.
Neither was Shane. Who was Shane Gillis talking about Kevin Hart hanging from a bonsai tree? I don't.
That's not the same at all. What are you talking about?
You tell me. I didn't watch the show.
I didn't say anything like that.
You're turning red, dog. Relax now.
I'm always red. I'm a rosé boy.
Get that red Hulk coming out.
I am very red on this camera. I did a recording with Caleb White out of Saratoga. Do you know him? Or he's a Lake George comedian. Nah. And he's very Caucasian like I am, but I was beet red the whole time, and I don't know why. I need to see a doctor.
I don't know, man.
I have red skin, dude.
When you guys look, when white people get upset or when your blood starts rushing a little bit, y'all. Yeah.
Dude, I'm always red Hulk, dude.
Yeah, basically, you're
always red Hulk.
I don't know why you're red right now. Like, I mean. Chill the fuck out, brother.
I think it's when
you need some water.
I think if you look at any podcast episode and you watch the video, because I know you only listen, but you don't. If you watch, I get red as the episode goes.
That's how it be though.
That's how it be. Yeah.
But what's it called? I was listening to For What It's Worth the other day.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
we do have like 10 minutes left.
That's fine.
Okay. I know we gotta go.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there's anything you wanted to cover.
You know what's crazy? We both went into this without that. Let me finish my thing.
You're listening for what it's worth.
No, I was listening to For What It's Worth the other day, and I was like, this is comedy. Talking shit about whatever's happening nowadays and laughing at, laughing at what's going on and exaggerating it, but it still makes sense. Talking about how old is 15 really, kids, what is it? If we can try a 15-year-old for murder as an adult, then you know what? We can piss on 15-year-olds, this and that. I mean, not literally, but you know what I mean? Like
who's saying this?
That was Chappelle.
Chappelle was saying that?
Yeah. No, he was saying that he was talking about the R. Kelly trial.
Okay.
At the time.
When you said For What It's Worth, I thought that was a podcast.
Oh, no. No. It was Chappelle. I was listening to Chappelle, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Chappelle, yeah.
I was listening to Chappelle, and fucking, he said he was talking about how old is 15 really.
You could try a 15-year-old for murder.
Yeah.
How come you can't piss on them?
Basically, it was like, I'm just saying, like, you got enough common sense to move out the way. That was really where his stance was. It's like, okay, so if we're going to try black 15-year-old as an adult, why are we not trying this other 15-year-old as a fucking, like why is she not getting tried? Because you had enough common sense to move out the way. It's like it was basically just making a joke on the system. It's like you're trying you're picking and choosing what to do with your power.
That's true. I still don't agree with that sentiment, though.
I mean, you got to re-listen to. I'm not doing it justice.
Yeah.
Pulling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm basically what I'm saying is like, there's got to be a way where we can go back to the day where we can still talk about heavy shit while also laughing at it.
Yeah, I think we're getting there, though.
Slowly.
Yeah.
I feel like slowly we are. Like,
yeah.
I'm still annoyed. I'm sound like a fucking somebody's grandfather, but I don't give a shit. Like, bro, I hated the way things were for a while, man. Like, you know, we're not allowed to laugh at this, not allowed to laugh. I should have watched that Kevin Hart special.
So, you know what? You really should have, because I would love to hear your opinion on it, because, I mean, obviously everybody's got a different one. But I think what happened is what kind of fucks us over as far as talking about things and making it just funny, is that because comedy's gotten so popular and it's become like kind of a hobbyist thing, or just like or just something people do in a social hour, that they're making jokes about stuff that they just heard about, but they don't really put in the effort to write well or care about the performance aspect of it. They just want to go up and say an idea that they're probably just regurgitating from a podcast. And I think when somebody hears that in the crowd and they see that and they don't know the difference between a hobbyist and a somebody who's really trying to make a life out of this, they put us in the same boat because we're on the same stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not fair to us. But I mean, I'm also not going to tell a hobbyist they can't try. You know what I mean? And that's just unfortunate because the crowd is, you know, there was a comedian that was at 2A maybe 6 or 7 months ago, and he said some pretty racist stuff. And everybody was pretty upset. We talked to him afterwards. He came back, said some racist stuff again. Kevin talked to him again, and then he disappeared for a while, right? And then I saw him maybe a month or two ago, and a much older comedian had gotten his ear and kind of explained to him why it's not okay. And then he was doing better material, you know? But that guy, and when I spoke to him about why he was saying some offensive shit, like, he was just like, you can't tell me not to come here. I've already been kicked out of so many spots, like, da-da-da-da. And it's like, all right, man, well, just know that, like, it's not good for you, you know, to keep doing this. And then, but somebody actually put it in ways that he can understand, and he got better. You know what I mean? And if we condemn somebody right away without trying to explain it to them, they're never going to get better. But if we try to teach them instead of just condemn, then we might get better, you know? Yeah. Probably not.
Right.
But but they might, you know? I hope this guy becomes something funny. But right now he's working on it, you know?
I mean, right there, it's like you got the old head who came out and they talked to him.
Yeah.
Whoever they are.
I think that person being like in their 50s or 60s resonated differently to this person, rather than somebody who's around their age being like, hey, man, that's not how you do it.
That's usually how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
You know, from the little bit that I heard of the Kevin Hart thing, bro, you know, that's the topic of conversation. Is it racist? So many people are calling him a sellout. Like, even I just made the joke earlier about him being a sellout. I mean, just the way you broke it down to me on the way over here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sound like a sellout. I ain't gonna bullshit. Like, everybody there's got a Netflix deal, and here you are, and you only have like 3 actual comics on the show, and they also have Netflix deals. I mean, that's some sellout shit. Like, let's be real.
Yeah,
But being able to tell the difference between a race, actual just like straight up racism versus just racial humor, I think is a big thing, because, you know, that's something that I'm trying to figure out, because, dog, me and my people, we laugh at the most heinous shit ever. I was just watching the Boondocks before I even came here. No bullshit. And we was out, bro. My favorite episode is the Booty Warrior episode, and the whole point, the whole joke of that episode, even though there is a moral, Tom, like, you Tom, him overcoming his fear of anal rape, but it's like, bro, there's like dead ass, like half the episode is literally just rape jokes.
Yeah. And
I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here like this shit is not funny to me. I'm not. Like, I'm sorry, I really am, but like, no, the fuck I'm not. It is what it is. Like, I don't know. This shit's funny to me. You know? But it's like, I think, but that's a deeper psychological, that's a philosophical conversation that should be had, instead of just saying, no, don't do it. Because now we're getting into the nuances, because literally if we flip the genders, now this is a horror story.
Yeah, that's true.
Versus a comedy about black dudes talking about putting peanut butter and jelly inside his ass and making another dude eat it.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it's also like, what, you laughing at it?
He said, first, I put the jelly inside my ass, and then put some of this peanut butter on top of it. I call that a peanut butter jelly and asshole sandwich. But Tom Hill be calling it lunch. Yeah, nigga. Like, how ridiculous that sounds, bro. But this is the reality. Flip that, though. Flip the genders.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah, now that's the whole Me Too movement and shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a whole other thing.
That's what I mean, bro. So now it's like we gotta have these conversations, bro, and like what's funny, what's not, because
but we don't actually have to have these conversations. We just gotta try and do our best with good intentions. I think do your best with good intentions, right?
Or sometimes just shut the fuck up and laugh, man.
That's true. That's true.
Stop trying to quantify everything.
Yeah, just take the joke as a joke.
Yeah,
that's true.
Up the brown eye.
Up the anus, dude.
The anus.
The anus.
Is that from the Kevin Hart special?
No, that's just me saying anus.
What the fuck's anus?
Anus. Just saying it funny. I don't need.
I
don't need you to laugh. I know I'm funny.
Hey news. I thought you said anus.
Anus. I said anus.
What the fuck is a noose?
What do you think? I said hey noose?
I thought you said a noose. Like a noose. Like a.
No. Oh no. I get why you think that, but no.
It literally sounded like that.
Anus. 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 Not a noose. Actually, yeah, that's actually kind of hard to say and differentiate. My bad. See, we need to do the more my bad stuff. You know, like, hey, I didn't realize that sounded differently than I thought it was being sounded as. I used to say, and I stopped saying friends during my set, and I started saying gang.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize that in a different context sounds something different.
It does.
Yeah.
Especially you as a white guy, yeah.
Yeah, but as a white guy, like, you know, I'm used to be like, hey, gang, you know, like that kind of thing. You know, but I didn't know it was like a different term in different cultures.
Yeah, that's for you, it's gonna be like a Scooby-Doo thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We gotta look for clues, gang. Yeah.
Let's go.
Read.
I know we're running out of time. Fucking, you know what never left me? I never saw the full episode, but that South Park episode where Jersey was taking over South Park, and it literally was like.
What made you think of this?
Because all of South Park was ready to stop Jersey from coming, and everybody got together and was ready to fight off Jersey as best they could. And you know who saved the day?
Who?
Fuck ass Al Qaeda coming in with airplanes and just dive bombing everybody. And then afterwards, Stan's father honors
Randy.
Randy honors Osama, and Osama's just sitting there in the chair. And all you do is see a SEAL Team 6 member just come down on the line. Boom! And then Randy's like, everybody, we got him! We got him! We got him! And I'm just like, everybody's just standing there. He's the only one really reacting. And it's just like, yo, like, what the fuck? What the fuck, bro? Mind you, again, they just dive bombed Jersey. It's like, why can't we just let outrageous shit happen? Because you know how many people are still fucked up from 9/11? Skeet Davidson jokes about it. It's just there's so much that could be said.
Died in 9/11.
Yeah, his father died, and I saw the whose roast was it he was on, where they were on his ass about his father. I forgot whose roast it was.
Bieber?
I think it might have been the Bieber roast. It might have been the Bieber roast.
Yeah.
And they were on his nuts, bro. I shit you not. You know whose roast I was upset about?
Who?
Fuck Tom Brady.
Why?
Everybody sucked. There was only Nikki Glazer and fucking Hinchcliffe were the only good ones. Everybody else was. And
I thought the athletes did okay. I think the bar.
Oh, no, they did. No,
the bar was low, but that was so good. I think because they knew him. They had a lot of people that were friends of him.
Yeah.
That like did not have a Netflix deal. That were just there because they knew Tom and they wanted to take advantage of picking on him.
Yeah.
And there was interesting angles. Like Drew Bledsoe was there. That's the guy who Tom Brady stole the job from. Julian Edelman was there. That was Tom Brady's like best little friend. That Gronk was there because that's the guy that went to Florida with Tom. There's like all of that relation versus the Kevin Hart thing was just like, hey, who's in the building? Okay, let's use these people. You know what I mean? Like who's got a Netflix special that's coming out in 3 months?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna put that person on the roast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like Tony Hinchcliffe has a special coming out in 2 months or whatever, a month, and Underwood also has a special coming out like next week. Like that's cheap to me. You know, like that sucks.
If I'm gonna do a roast, realistically, I'm getting Hinchcliffe. Like,
oh, he's the
Hinchcliffe,
best. He's the best roast joke writer, other than Jeff Ross, I think. And you know, I think J.P. McDade has done a few. He was credited for a lot of Nikki Glazer's roasts, and he also wrote for this last one. I think those are great roast joke writers, and they deserve to be on the dais because I think writers should get stage time.
Absolutely.
However, they shouldn't be throwing up random people because they're celebrities. Like, the host of the roast should always be the best friend of the person being roasted. Like, that should have been The Rock. Like, The Rock should have hosted it because that's Kevin Hart's best friend, you know? Like, Rock coming out at the end and fucking rambling for 15 minutes because he got wasted in the back is like, bro, you know? But like The Rock should have been there the whole time picking on him. Like, that's what friends do. Like, you roast your friends, you know? And that's how you know there's no hate in it when somebody says a joke that's offensive, you know? But the fact that strangers are doing it, you know? Like, Shane Gillis is funny. Like, I just know Shane Gillis is funny, right? I can't write any of his jokes because I don't think like that. But he's funny. Shane Gillis picking on Kevin Hart is random, you know? I mean, he was literally there because Shane Gillis is the biggest name in comedy right now. You know, Kevin Hart might be the third biggest name in comedy right now. And I don't know who number 2 would be. Probably Nate Bargatze. You know what I mean? But like, they were there, you know, and Nate isn't going to go on Netflix because Nate has his own thing going on now. And now you notice that Nate isn't on anything on Netflix except for everything they already paid for. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just money. It's so shitty. But it should have, like, I think Kevin Hart could have had Big J Okerson as the host. At least Big J was somebody that grew up with Kevin Hart in the Philly scene, you know? At least they know each other from back then, and it would have been like Big J roasting him the whole time. Like, that's great, you know? Not just him being on the dais.
You know who should have hosted it?
Who?
If it wasn't The Rock or Big J, because I agree with that. Now that I'm remembering, fucking Billy Ballsack Burr.
Bill Burr?
Billy Burr.
Did they do a lot of stuff together?
He talks about, I haven't listened to his podcast in a while, but from when I last heard, Patrice and Kevin were rocking together in New York when Caroline's was still around, when, you know, Rodney's was still, like, you know, before they reopened it or whatever, and they were all riding together. So I know that I remember, what is it? Kevin Hart's got this one story about Patrice throwing a phone book on stage and saying, "Read that. It's funnier than what you're doing."
That's
and
great.
So I'm like, okay, so y'all know Patrice. Y'all know how to do this. And Bill Burr, I would say, I mean, I hear what you're saying about Shane. I thought Bill Burr was like, I mean, he could be number 2. I don't know. I really don't know about the highest in comedy right now. But
well, Nate made the most.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
which I think is important.
yeah, but like, to get, like you said, to get people that aren't really your friends, most of them are white. It's a bad fucking look, just off rip.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I hate to bring race into it, but like, realistically speaking, like, you're the hottest. You're one of the hottest comics in history. You're the hottest black comic ever. And no, he is. Nobody's
You think so?
He is.
We're talking
Numbers.
Okay.
Numbers.
Yeah,
straight
I mean,
numbers. I didn't say most influential.
Yeah. Okay.
Legacy related, because
fair.
that's still prior. That's still prior at the end of the day. And there's still people.
Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock. I mean,
I'm talking numbers.
Okay.
You're the hottest comic ever. Straight numbers. But hottest black comic. No, actually, no, the hottest comic, because he's the only one who sold out how many stadiums in one go. That was
Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
He sold out that football field or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you got The Rock, who's half black and doesn't even rep that. He reps the Polynesian side. We were talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you're saying now he's rambling, wasted, which makes sense.
He was so drunk.
Self-aggrandizing, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was also like, you laugh because it's true. He just kept repeating a lot of the same lines, and you know, it was working because everybody was laughing at how drunk he was.
So you're laughing at the fool.
He was being a fool up there. Okay. I was embarrassed to be a Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I still am, by the way. I love The Rock. But that was a little embarrassing.
No, it was embarrassing. I mean, you're making Moana live action, which is embarrassing. You know, you made Black Adam, which was embarrassing. So
yeah,
Rampage is a movie, a game I love, and you made that, which was embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been the best movie star.
He fell off.
Yeah,
I still love him in the Game Plan. That was I still
interesting.
Love that role. Yeah,
the Rundown was very good. I like The Rundown. That was good.
Yep. And then he got money.
Yeah.
And then Jungle Cruise came out. So
Hercules came out.
I liked Hercules.
He did bad. That was such a horribly gross-in movie, dude. That was so bad.
Fucking
I am Hercules. His Scorpion King 1, I think, did okay. Scorpion King 2 was rough.
I don't think that was his fault though. The CGI. I mean, I don't know. I never saw Scorpion.
I don't know. I mean, it's The Rock. I mean, yeah.
I'm not just saying this is shit on dude, but it's like realistically, like bro, if you like your MO now is to pull up last minute, make the biggest story you can, and then leave. Like,
yeah,
that's what it's giving. Like, and that's what it sounds like. What happened, and it was televised. So okay, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
But fucking, it sounds like it was dog shit.
The roast?
Yeah.
There was good jokes. I liked some of the jokes that were in there.
Did you think it was racist?
I mean, I'm a white guy.
Nah, fuck that. Did you think it was racist?
There was jokes where I was surprised white people were making them, but because people on stage were laughing, and that's important. No, but here's the thing. Like, I honestly don't think the crowd.
Oh shit! People on stage were laughing.
Because a lot of them were comedians. They might not know Kevin Hart, but they were comedians, and I think comedians laughing is important. The people in the crowd, I don't think matter because they're all of these like super rich, super wealthy, super elite people that have made that also want to continue to work, but they cannot look offensive at all. Like, if anybody wants to work for Disney, they can't look offensive in any kind of way. So now when they're afraid that the crowd camera is going to pan on them laughing at something very racist or suggestively racist, and then somebody taking a clip of that and being like, you know, George Clooney is a racist piece of shit, and then, you know, they fucking, you know, now George Clooney can't be, you know, Captain America 7 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're just worried about that kind of stuff, and that's their job. That's what they accepted as their thing. Comedians are independent people. They make their own money. They have their own business, and if a comedian laughs at it, that means the joke was good, you know. And I think comedians laughing at it on stage is a good indicator that the joke was good, you know. But all of those people in the crowd not laughing at something, they're fake. Like, they're just, you know, they're professional actors. They have to act like they care, you know.
Okay.
And meanwhile, I always think about this. Those people go on TV and social media and all that kind of stuff, and they do this high horse bullshit about like, oh, we have to care about X, Y, and Z. We have to care about X, Y. Meanwhile, they live in a fucking castle on top of a mountain. And if they sold that and took all the money, they could feed the community that castle looks down upon.
Quite literally.
You know, they don't need to save the country. Yeah. They just need to take care of their neighborhood.
Right.
And they don't.
Yeah.
So, like, don't tell me that you care about people. True. And don't sit in the crowd and high horse when you don't actually care, you know? Like, and mind you, if I were in that position, I probably would still keep my own castle, but I wouldn't sit there and be fake about it on TV because I'd be a fucking comedian and I wouldn't have to serve anybody, you know? But these people have to serve networks and opinions and all that kind of bullshit. Fuck them. You know, Shane Gillis can say what Shane Gillis wants because Shane Gillis has been canceled already, came back more wealthy. You know, like, it won't hurt him none the least. Chelsea Handler talking shit about Shane Gillis, being like, oh, whatever, and she's just mad at him because he knew that she had dinner with Jeffrey Epstein. You know, he called her out of that on the pod, on the roast. She was like, she got up there and she goes, you guys are misogynist and racist. Shane gets up there after her and goes, you were literally at Epstein's house shut the fuck up. And then he just continues to do his bit. And that's true. Like she said subjective things. He said facts, which is just like, don't cast stones in a glass house, dude. Don't play to this. Just be who you are, you know? Man, you get me to rant, Ant Smash. You got me to rant today. You son of a bitch. This is gonna be I'm gonna get so much feedback on this episode.
Let's do it, bro. Fuck the bullshit.
Man, people are getting my opinion today.
That's what Gervais did, bro, during the Oscars that one year, dog. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he did. He said, basically, fuck all you guys, and you take your trophy, say thank you, get the fuck on. Like that's what he said, bro.
Yeah,
because it's true. Fucking everybody's like, save the whales. I'd love to save the whales, bro, but you can feed the whales with all the money you're making.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally, just take care of your community.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Is fucking, you know, like, I don't charge tickets for the Krog show. Yep. I want my community to laugh for free.
Right.
You know how many fucking tickets I would have sold if they were $5 a head for the past 2 years at 40 plus people every show? Like, oh my God, dude. It would have been so much money, you know. The bar would have made so much money, but we just do the alcohol, you know. We want the community to fucking enjoy the show, free comedy. Just yeah man, that's important.
Yeah,
give back,
bro. I never got. Yeah, I think you never paid me one time. I think you right? Did we? You pay us, right? Did you pay?
I pay you guys.
You paid us?
Yes,
bro. That was mad drums.
Unless you did a guest spot, then I probably didn't pay you.
I'm not saying you that. I'm trying to remember, bro.
Oh, okay.
I literally can't remember right now. That's why I asked. Fucking, I mean, I remember getting paid in cookies. Like that was.
Well,
because you always had the cookies in the basement.
Yeah, Brittany does a great job making cookies for the show. Those are always good.
Shits were delicious.
Yep.
Those chocolate chips, bro.
Hell yeah.
Fuck those. I almost robbed you of those cookies, bro. Shit, you not, bro. You didn't have no milk. That's why I didn't flush that one time.
Only milk stouts, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Fucking, yeah, no, bro. You know, you said 10 minutes like 20 minutes ago.
I know. We got to get the two-way. We're going to be 24 minutes late.
They're
going to start late anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do have to pee together, cross streams. Pause.
That's the show, everybody. I'm wrapping it up, bro. Nah, this has been great, bro.
Yeah, dude. Sorry we got so sorry to the audience for getting so much opinion on this one.
Don't apologize for shit.
Yeah, you know what? You guys tune in the show. You want to hear about me? These are my thoughts. Likable is filmed and recorded with Radio Free Rhinecliff. Thank you to Jen Hamoud and Matthew Rosenberg, our producers. And thank you to the Epicurean, was hostess for each and every episode. Thank you to Ant Smash for coming on. And you know what, man?
That sounded gay, didn't it?
That did a little bit, but people at least saw that you were you cupped the bottom of the glass.
I was drinking out of the glass. That sounded. My girl's like, "Oh, let me hear the end of that shit."
I know, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Love you, baby.
He loves you, baby. We're not going to say her name. We're very happy for you. And, dude, I want to say thank you for coming on. And
for having me.
Thank you for everything that you do. I mean, little people, every once in a while, people message me about the show. You do that. And, you know, I like that even though you stepped away from comedy for a little bit, we still kept in touch. Maybe not as often as we should, but I mean, I'm really happy that, like, you know, we do message each other, and I missed you.
Same, bro. Like, seriously, like, you know, I to be honest with you, I keep to myself a lot. Hence why I haven't been posting on social media. Like, that's how one of the ways I've stayed sane. Like, seriously, and I hear what you're saying. Like, I am kind of glad you didn't hit me up like that because, bro, I'm fine. Like,
yeah,
you when I was out, you were one of the few people that actually hit me up and shit.
I think I was making sure your knee was good most of the time because I know the surgery stuff was rough on my mental health for sure.
You know what? I spoke with my therapist every week.
Good.
Well, my old therapist anyway. I spoke with him every week. I just booked the point because I wasn't going out. I wasn't seeing anybody. I bought resistance bands prior to, just to keep myself. I had dumbbells in my room already. Like, bro, I appreciate. I was good. I did gain a little weight because I guess I was depressed, drinking a lot of milk at the time.
That's nothing wrong with milk. I drink milk every day.
Yeah, but when you down a leg, bro, I didn't even talk about the surgery. That was a humbling experience. It really was, bro. All right, real quick.
I have to come back for a third episode.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. It was a humbling experience. So,
Yeah.
Bro, my neck is wet. Where's the air conditioning?
Oh, you're sweating? All right. We're going to see you later. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
I want to be you. Don't want to be just like you. Just like you.
Oh, hey, didn't notice you there. It's the interruptible now at the end of the episode to tell you about show dates. All right, on 6/17, we were going to do 6/17. We've got Spanky's Comedy in Leominster, Massachusetts. Very exciting. By the time this comes out, it's too late for you to make plans. That's how it rolls sometimes. Boy, is my eye swollen? I'm looking at myself. Oh, my God. Anyways, on 6/20, we had a 6/18 show that's going to get postponed till August. New York City, the freaking Knicks parade. I'm not even going to compete with that. We're moving on. 6/20, I'm going to be at Crooked Mouth Comedy in Endicott, New York. Nice little 3-hour drive there and back. It should be a good time. On Saturday night, on 6/22, it's a Monday night. We got Salty's 180 seconds. Come out, do some jokes, but 3 minutes worth. That's what the maths. And have some fun. It's going on his YouTube channel. I hope. I don't really know what's going on there. Sketchy little guy, Salty. He's super sweet. Anyways, on 6/24, I'm going to be at St. Mark's Comedy Club. That's a show put on by Ash Mehta. I don't know how to say his actual last name. And that is the After Hours comedy show or something along those lines. We'll see. And on 6/26, I'm going to be at the Denizen Theater in New Paltz, New York. We have a Don't Tell going on at the same time, not super far away. So we'll see how that goes. And on 6/28, I'm going to be doing my first roast battle at Comedy Fight Club. I think that's in the Lower East Side. That's a good time. I'm going up against Alana Gill. So if you're hearing this and you know Alana Gill, send me some feedback. I don't really know how to do roast battles, but here we are. All right, that's all we got for the rest of June. This has been very exciting. I hope you enjoyed this episode with Mr. Ant Smash. And Carl, let's get out of here, huh?